Hi, thank you for joining us in today's session. I'm Emma, and we have a very special guest with us today. Can you tell us more about yourself and your past experience?
Sure. Hi, my name is Jordan Daniels, and I am the Chief Executive Officer of XMETAVERSE PRO, a fast-growing blockchain-based financial platform. I initially started out as a computer programmer when I was younger, and over the past 15 years, I have been climbing the ranks within the information technology sector. In addition to my role as CEO at XMETAVERSE PRO, I also have extensive experience in the financial markets, which includes representing various companies in cross-border. It's the reason why I find the advancement of fintech quite exciting. And I think we are at an interesting point in time where we are seeing new and innovative financial avenues being explored.
What attracted you to XMeta?
Well, look, traditional finance has been around for hundreds of years. And although it is flourishing today, its growth is relatively limited. I believe that blockchain, especially decentralized finance, is revolutionary in the way that it can change our approaches and evolve an entire landscape with endless opportunities. Speaking of which, I think that many offline assets in the future will be mapped or twined into the metaverse, which consequently will also give birth to many native assets. The entire industry is currently in a dividend period, and XMeta is a pioneer in the metaverse industry. This is an important reason why we believe in XMeta. Its existence can involve the metaverse, break through technical barriers, reshape communities and financial systems, and eventually an entire ecosystem.
What kind of value do you think XMeta can bring to people?
Well, I think the main value it can bring to people is convenience. Take this for example. Even today, many would find it time-consuming to send money from a country in Europe to a tribe in Africa. With XMeta, people can make cross-border payments easily by sending a voice note through a chat app. We allow people from all over the world to enter the metaverse world one step at a time and experience a new generation of three-dimensional internet value networks. Now, of course, this isn't without challenges. As we all know, the cornerstone of any development of digital currency lies in its consensus. However, as far as current situation is concerned, this value consensus is limited to a small number of tech groups, which makes it hard for public adoption. Now, as I mentioned before, these are interesting times which have led to new opportunities and solutions being explored, so we can bring the world closer together.
Could you please introduce which digital asset the XMeta platform can help users achieve fast transactions?
Well, first of all, the XMeta platform has now achieved multi-chain operation. This means that XMeta can take any action within the capabilities of an existing public chain and Web 3.0 infrastructure, as well as some advanced privileges for managing transaction protocols. For example, a Binance Smart Chain domain name service can be purchased to host the user interface of the transaction protocol. XMeta can use the allocated funds to change the transaction protocol. The interface can then be directed to the Binance Names service domain to improve ease of use and accessibility for those looking to trade on the DEX. In addition, the high efficiency of XMeta also has a good performance in NFT. There's a whole string of benefits to this as well. By being able to invest in top NFT platforms and artworks, XMeta is also, by default, connecting world-class artists with the NFT realm. As a ripple effect, these artists can then be incubated, which leads to further growth. Think gallery sponsorships, art exhibitions, and even awards that can help support artistic creation and criticism. This is why I think an improved utilization of blockchain technology can advance not only the NFT world, but also other sectors at large.
How do you understand the emerging concept of DeFi 2.0? And what is the relationship between XMeta project and DeFi 2.0?
Now, before I begin to draw parallels, I think it's important to understand what is DeFi 2.0. To put it simply, it is an emerging protocol subset built on top of the original currency, Lego. Consider it an upgrade of sorts. By adding these new financial primitives, DeFi will become friendlier and safer to employ. When it comes to specific content, DeFi 2.0 is generally presented as a form of liquidity, supply, and incentives. So, in the past few months, DeFi projects that focus on the demand for liquidity can be regarded as components of DeFi 2.0. To answer your question, I think everyone can regard XMeta as an extension of DeFi 2.0. While DeFi 2.0 provides an alternative to the liquidity mining model, XMeta pursues a novel protocol designed to bring deep, sustainable liquidity to DeFi and future tokenized applications, growing in tandem with Web 3.0. It can also be seen as a decentralized market-making platform and a liquidity router that breaks down the traditional liquidity provision of DeFi. Given that XMETAVERSE Pro is set in the upper layer application of decentralized exchanges, it provides a fixed purchase liquidity agreement through a stable and continuous bond system. In other words, obtaining and controlling the direction of liquidity in a more simple yet cost-effective manner.
Is XMeta developing any decentralized applications?
Yes, absolutely. At present, we're developing a very exciting and practical application focused on decentralizing the field of video streaming through blockchain and Web 3. In this age of Netflix and YouTube, I think it goes without saying that these platforms play a crucial role in our lives, serving content to hundreds of millions of active users every day. But while it does have a sophisticated infrastructure, there are also drawbacks to it. The ever-increasing amount of data consumed means streaming providers must spend a fortune to maintain their networks, be it through a content delivery network, CDN, or rented cloud service like Amazon AWS. Meanwhile, users living in rural to remote areas may experience poor quality or even be denied access due to the limited radiation capabilities of CDN. Imagine watching the latest episode of House of Dragon only to have your services interrupted. Now, having recognized these issues, XMeta is building a new video streaming and transmission platform based on blockchain technology. So, unlike traditional projects in the market, which utilize centralized servers for operation and transmission, XMETAVERSE Pro provides streaming services through a completely decentralized network.
Can you introduce XMeta token?
Funny you should say that because we already did. What makes XMeta token so interesting right now is that it's a fully decentralized DeFi 2.0 reserve currency. Because it is entirely built by XMETAVERSE Pro and based on the XMETAVERSE Pro ecology and Web 3.0, XMeta token follows a sustainable DeFi liquidity distribution protocol, allowing it to create sustainable liquidity and not short-term liquidity mining. What also sets it apart is its token distribution principle, where tokens should only be distributed to the right people. In this context, the right people refers to those participating users who generally support the community long-term, actively participate and contribute value to the ecosystem. Additionally, the token price discovery process does not seriously damage the portfolio of its holders. This needs to be guaranteed with sufficient liquidity and palatability. And because of this, I believe that XMeta token will become an effective way, if not the future, to break through the Web 3.0 prisoner's dilemma whilst achieving a fair distribution of tokens.
What is the plan for the next stage of XMeta?
XMETAVERSE Pro plans to become a next-generation DeFi asset management protocol, turning users' crypto strategies into reality through leading portfolio management. Compared with traditional asset management, XMETAVERSE Pro is transparent and does not limit the identity and investment threshold of participants. There are a few advantages of this. Number one, its costs are considerably lower. By relying in decentralized asset attributes of the blockchain, it can greatly save operating and intermediate costs. Number two, from an ROI perspective, it can provide users with high return attributes maximizing the distribution of investment income to participants and therefore improving the return on capital. And number 3, it effectively removes all black box operations, making it more secure than others, and in fact, all it requires is a simple verification process, and for ease of mind, you'll receive a traceable transaction link. Now, another point worth emphasizing is Xmeta's copy strategy. The XMETAVERSE Pro protocol allows users to manage digital assets through the strategy of tracking wallet addresses of successful traders. This is, of course, to achieve the purpose of asset appreciation. On this basis, Xmeta can also use artificial intelligence to track and analyze on-chain data, as well as develop AI arbitrage robots and provide users with easy and convenient one-click copying services. As a bonus, it also provides traders with a complete set of analytical tools that are just intuitive as it is useful. I'm excited to say that the platform is open to millions of users around the world. In real time, users can view, trade, and copy global crypto investment elites' investment and trading portfolios. From now on, they are no longer investing blindly alone. Through Xmeta's comprehensive intelligent search assistant, users can view myriad data from past trading performance for up to 12 months to maximum drawdown and even trading frequency, all of which are important reference data when choosing investment. Users can also find investment experts who share the same goals with just a single click. All transaction behaviors can be copied proportionally with their funds to obtain the same income ratio.
Can you tell us about the Xmeta team?
Yes, of course. Our core team members are just as diverse as our expertise. Hailing from various corners of the world, we are comprised of experts in fund management, crypto exchange, and copy trading with extensive experience in asset management. We bring together top talents in various fields to ensure the best delivery of the project. In addition, Xmeta has always pursued the principle of community autonomy. Xmeta will be owned and co-managed by holders of Xmeta tokens. Our community volunteers all over the world are the cornerstones and pillars of the Xmeta project, and they can help the team accomplish a lot of important work.
We know that Xmeta currently has communities all over the world. What would you like to say to the partners in the community?
Yes, indeed. Our communities are now all over the world, and it makes me proud to say that. You know, from Southeast Asia to Europe and America to Africa, we are delighted to see how Xmeta has helped pave the way for their achievements, regardless of color, culture, or creed. After all, a strong community is what guarantees our project's success. So, while DEF's vision is to ultimately create a community of builders driven by innovation, it is humbling to see how a community has instead come together to push the boundaries of Web 3.0 and make a change for the future and beyond.
Thank you so much for sharing such an insightful information with us. We are excited about the future of XMETAVERSE Pro.